Now we are recording.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice to see you all. I want to welcome you all. I called Alex yesterday and told him like that we had a meeting yesterday to talk about both how to register the this movement or this organization in Kenya, and also about how we can uh, give a kind of a direction for all these things that is happening in Kenya right now, or discuss where we want to take it and how we want to kind of organize it. And we of course talk to Antonio to guide us in this. now, now Alex is double.
No, to get some ideas, not just
Yeah,
to find out from you what is a point of legalizing, because I mean legalizations are normally a pain, no? You
yeah.
reckon there is lots of restrictions from the government potentially?
Okay, what do we need to register in
Yes.
Kenya?
Um, let me remove my video because I think my network is a bit weak because of the video.
Yeah.
Okay.
In Kenya, majorly,
Mm.
what we do, we need to go get the documents
Mm.
from the government, which I already talked to someone who can help from the office of registrar.
Mm.
And what I wanted first is how do we do it from the legality of maybe you people can tell us this is the best idea. Then I compare with what I was told. Then I can tell you this is what we need.
Mm.
Because if we do it, we're going to get local support, which will help us to do more. But in Kenya, I've done for the years I've worked with the projects and programs. If we don't legalize the activity, we might even end up spending more because the government sometimes will bunch into your meeting and say, "Are you legally
What are you doing
registered and
here?
stuff?" And you have to. Yes, exactly. That's why now that we are doing forums that have number of people attending, we have people from different classes and races attending. So it's important for us to legalize whatever we are doing. Then, as I said in our last meeting, and I know majorly many people might have not, maybe those who have not worked with NGO cannot know this. If we legalize our project, it's easy to get partners who will come in, not to take control, because most of them will ask, "Are you registered? Are you recognized with the government?" If you're not, they will tell you, "Okay, we can give you a cover, but the reports are ours." And some people that will deal, they will tell you they are doing the project and they are doing that. They're what you in Kenya that happens. They copy paste projects. So maybe a project is funded with another organization, at the same time they take the same reports to even for another organization for the benefit of financial access. But the best thing, if you're registered, legally registered, it means all the documentation are legal and they are checked to the government. Then if you have a meeting or you have a forum, no one will ask you for permits, you'll not pay for permits, you'll not pay for what, because you are legally registered to reach out to people. And also if you're registered, another advantage, as I said last time, if you're registered, after a period of 3 to 4, 5 months, and your existence is there, you're doing activities, you have a website, you have activities that you're posting on your website. You did this month, you did this, you're doing reports and sending to the government. There are you can apply for funds, you can apply for support, you can apply it becomes easy for us to do more activities.
It froze.
So legally when it comes to registration, it's very important. It comes. Yeah, so those are some of the things that I saw. It's important to advise. It's very important for us to be legally registered because we'll avoid problems with the government, and two, we'll get funds that we can do more activity. We can organize for fundraisings, maybe for concerts and stuff, because we are legally registered. It will really help us on the ground.
Yeah. And what do you need to do that?
One, we need a concept, a written concept from the head. For example, now from there, that humanist does. I think I have one, the one that I was sent, which I shared with the person from the office of registrar, which he said it's a good idea. It's a good. It's something that is needed in Kenya, majorly like this particular time. He even showed me some of the world, whatever, people that are applying for funds to be able to do such kind of activities, peace and what. A lot of money is going across the country currently, but sometimes it ends up in wrong hands and activities are not done the right way. So he said if we register now after a period of 3 to 5 months and our existence is there, our what is there, we are allowed to register. So we need a team of 7 people that people, even you guys can be part of it. It's not a must. All Kenyans, you can be part of it. It's a mix of both people from there and people from here. We make sure there's a balance. There's a balance. If it's 4-4 or 5-5-4, at least there's that balance. Then that allows you people to be able to monitor everything. It shows your part and parcel of the process. We need to do what we call a name search. A name search costs between 2,000 and 3,000 Kenyan shillings. We check if there is an activity, if there is another organization with that particular name that is operating in Kenya. So once we do that and it's allowed, and we check there is no other activity doing, there's no another organization given that particular name, now we go to the registration process where we get the documents, fill them. The fees is around 25 to 30,000 Kenyan shillings for the registration process. Within a week or two, we have the certificate. If we have the certificate, now we can now work. We can now put up a website because you are legally registered. Put up our website where we can link with any of the websites you want us to link with over there. So this makes work so easy. Anybody can work anywhere. Anybody can do anything. And then after 3 to 6 months, with small activities we shall be doing, we'll be able to even maybe do fundraising, do other big concerts and stuff without problems, without anybody asking. And reports will automatically come to Humanist Forum, not to individuals or to other organizations. If there's an organization that wants to work with us, they will go with our rules. No, we won't go with their rules. They will go with our rules. That is the importance.
Yeah. Well, of course, anything that helps you to work there, but perhaps it's better if it's a Kenyan organization, then doesn't need to get any foreign involvement, because that will always be open to, and you can establish partnerships in different parts of the world as you wish, no? You have the organization from Kenya. Suppose that you call it the African Forum, or you call it any other thing that you want, and then and you can establish contacts with other forums in other countries or in other places, or with us as an individuals or whatever. What would the disadvantage of doing that?
That is also okay. That is also okay. There's no problem with that. Something else, you've talked of something that I forgot. If you register in Kenyan organization, will be allowed to work with any East African country because we are in an East African community. So if we register an organization either in Kenya, for example, Uganda, you can do an extension program. It means when the people, for example, we want to start something in Tanzania, which we have many young people currently who are interested. If we start an extension in Tanzania, we won't have to re-register in Tanzania again because we are an East African community. It means we just extend the program to Tanzania. Extend it
Tanzania
to DRC,
is part
Congo,
of the Horn
East
of Africa nations. Yeah.
Yes, together with Uganda, there are countries that make the East African community. It means we can work with any country without any problem.
What about
we can
Mozambique?
write a letter for somebody to travel from one country to another. Mozambique is a bit far from us. Yeah, it's a bit far from us.
Zambia counted.
It's far, no, too. It's the Horn of Africa.
Zambia is not far. Actually, Zambia is not so far from us because if I go to Tanzania, I can cross to Zambia without a problem.
Yes, what I'm asking is, you say there is kind of I don't quite understand.
East Africa.
There is a
what countries are in this East
bunch of African countries that make some kind of a union or
yeah, they call it the East African countries. They have an alliance between them, no? Like a regional alliance.
Yeah. So Zambia is not in that package. Zambia is not considered as an East African country, no?
I don't know.
Well, I'm asking as Alexander.
Pardon, repeat that, please.
Yeah, I'm asking, is Zambia counted as an East African country in this respect, a part of this package you are telling us?
It's not, but it's just next to East Africa, which means we can equally work with it without a problem. But we have Kenya, we have Tanzania, we have Uganda, we have Rwanda, we have Burundi, we have Congo that is coming on board, and we have around seven to 8 countries that are part of East Africa. Somali, which are part and part of East Africa community.
That's very good, because then I saw from there you also can attract people and invite them, and they will feel very much in the same sub-region, no?
Yes, and the good thing is that I work with almost all the countries of the East African countries and even the West African countries. I also work with all of them. So if the East African countries work, we can now, like, I have a big team in Cameroon around a pack of young people of 100 plus that I work with closely. I equally have a pack of I have youth in the same Zambia. I have youth in South Africa and stuff, so I can influence them to come on board as they see what we are doing in East Africa. I'm sure it will be an attraction for them to because I talk to them on a daily basis. I talk to them. I think we can create, after we finish the Kenyan charter, we can create another meeting with some of these leaders so that you can talk to them, share, and give them the interest of joining us.
Good. And so a web page, I mean, what does it need a web page to be created? Is you don't need any special permit. You just need to be legalized.
Yes, once you legalize, no one will ask you about the web page. Nobody will ask you, why are you meeting at night, or why are you meeting during the day? Those questions you'll not be asked. Once you are registered, you've given the activities you do. If you give a list of the activities you do, and they're in the constitution, they're there. It's very easy for you to operate. Yes.
Yeah. So and what about the format of the application? Do you know how to fill the application and to answer all the questions that are there?
Yes, I know how to fill. What I'll need is if now we say we register it as an East African community, I'll have to pick one person from Tanzania, another person from Congo and stuff, so that we can have few of them, so that it shows it's something that is East African community, which means that it will be easier for us to work with them without another trouble. What we'll do, we'll just legalize it in their country, which is easier, and now it won't cost us at all, because it's an East African community.
So
I know
will
how to
be
fill the forms and do all that.
will be legal in any one of the countries of the East Africa Alliance.
Yes, will be legal in any of the East African Alliance.
That's good. It's a good solution, as you suggested. So I don't know what Ragnar and Julius suggest. I mean, I think I have been in in quite a few countries. In all of them, I have legalized the things that we did for the same reasons that Alexander is mentioning, to avoid problems with any authorities. Also, you have a legal, who are you, where are you coming from, what are you doing here? Well, yeah, we are doing all this. We are all over the world. We can say something. No? We are affiliated to this or that.
Yes.
We are part of the forum, the African Forum.
Yes.
So everything is above water.
Yes.
And maybe before Julius and Ragnar comment, if we register and any of the humanist person wants to visit any of the East African community, they won't have any trouble to come and do activities in the East African community, because what we do as an NGO is write a letter to them and say, these are our people. We co-work with them. They are our partners. They are our friends. So anybody can visit any of this country without any problem at any given time. So we'll have that power to maybe write letters on behalf and do invitation letters. You get that you can come to Kenya and do anything at any given time and protected with the government, because you are part and parcel of a registered organization.
Yes. I have. I must say that I like very much this idea, and if I understand correctly, Antonio, you mentioned the idea that this organization, this entity we are registering, is it possible that this entity will be under the name of African Humanist Forum?
I wouldn't use the name of the forum to legalize anything, because we may eventually limit us in what we are doing.
Yes. You see? Yes, because we would then consider the Pan-African project of African Humanist Forum. That is actually the organization covering this project,
Yeah,
so
it can be done, but as long as it eventually, if things didn't work the way that we expect or whatever, or it doesn't work at all because nothing much happens in terms of organizing the forum, that it doesn't stop us from doing what we want to do. And so if it's no combination with the name, but it could be something related to as one of the partners in the forum or something like that. For example, here we were talking in the morning for the people in Asia that we have created de facto, not legalized as such, the Alliance of Asian Countries for Non-Violence, for example. That is one of that conference that we sent you.
Yes.
To Ragnar yesterday, And that is a de facto organization, could be legalized at any time, but it's not the forum. They are affiliated to the forum. They are sponsoring the forum. They are supporting the forum. But if that organization dissolves, the forum, is not affected at all, no?
Oh, I see.
That's what I mean. So that independency is what I am telling Alexander would be perhaps better, no?
So the idea is to. So what name are we talking about? Or It must have
Any
a
name that you want to give to the organization?
Oh.
I don't know if you are working mainly with students. Could be something that has to do with the universities or youth, or it's definitely not sport, but but some
Yeah,
other.
Okay, like Opala is working with sport, and if there is some cooperation, maybe we should find something that will give all the other teams opportunity to cooperate with this NGO we are forming.
yeah. Actually,
Yes, actually, if we register,
Sorry, you're saying, Alex?
he can cover even Obala. If he wants, for example, to outsource something for peace initiative and whatever, it will also cover Obala. Or anyone who will come on board later and you recommend, the person can be covered. As long as he's working according to the line and the rules of the NGO constitution. Like they're working for the betterment of the Humanist Forum Global.
Yeah.
Then they can be covered under that. We can give them what you call letter of affiliation. We can give them what you call letter of cover, and they benefit from it. So it can cover a lot of people, and it can make us grow and grow bigger.
Yeah.
so let's throw some idea. Let's say that we brought in the concept that we say it would have the name of an alliance for peace and a better society for all, something like that. This could be, that is a universal entity that is then legalized.
Yeah. And everybody can affiliate, and that organization can be one of the supporters of the forum.
Yes.
And then we can keep talking about the
I think
forum, because that's a common project that the association has taken to support.
Yeah.
And so when we are in the run up to the forum, we will talk about the forum, not so much about the organization, but also if the organization wants to explain what are the achievements, what are the things that they are planning in each one of the countries of the alliance, etc., they can do that as well. So everybody is free, and we have the legal cover. That is what we want. That Alexander is proposing.
Yeah. And we can widen it across borders, because we need to have something also that can be brought to the West Coast and in a Pan-African.
Yeah.
This needs to be a Pan-African.
In the Articles of Association, Alexander, you have to make sure that that point that Julius is making is included. That we could also have activities in the West Africa, and that we aim at having all African events and things like that. So it's explained from the beginning in our Articles of Association. But it's legalized in Kenya, and is valid legally in all the other countries of the East African Association.
Actually, I was as you were speaking, I was checking something. I just wanted to confirm something clear. If we do it only East Africa, it goes for 16,000. If we do it, which can cover East Africa and beyond, even it can work with any West nation or something. That is why now it goes to 30,000. I was just texting and I was checking on that. So it means we can attach even East African, attach the others, as long as it's East African.
And how is that in euros? I mean, 16,000.
It is. Let me. 16,000.
That is 16 when it's only East Africa. But if you wanted to touch The rest, it goes for 30,000. That's what I was just confirming. It's just Swiss Africa, it's 16,000.
What's the name of your currency there?
Kenya shillings.
It's Kenyan shillings.
Oh.
So you can check very easily. So it's 30,000 Kenyan shillings.
Are you asking euros? Okay.
Yeah, 30,000 Kenyan shillings is 205 pounds sterling.
Oh, 200.
So 200 pounds.
Euros.
Yeah. How many euros?
233.
233 euros. Yeah. And that is Pan-Africa. That means it's all over. And what other expenses do you have for the legalization? That is all what you have to spend, Alexander?
There is the name search is not 3,000 as I said, it's 1,000. 1,000 for the name search. 1,000 for the name search, and 400 for the form 3A and form form A4 and 3A.
Yeah. Let's say 250 euros or pounds. So.
I have put in the chat a proposal of a name of this organization.
Yeah.
And it is the second, African Alliance for Peace and Better Society for All.
Yeah, good. Well, very much in line with our purposes and objectives.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
And Marco Iglesias, what organization does he run with?
I do not know that. But now I'm providing some scenario.
Yeah.
Let's say now East Africa will legalize African Alliance for Peace and Better Society for All.
Yeah.
And then it should open up a possibility in any other African country.
Yeah.
Or the alliance of countries.
Yeah.
To do the same with the same definition, so it can easily spread. I'm asking, wouldn't this be plausible as have the potential of being eventually a Pan-African Alliance for Peace and Better Society for All?
Yeah. Even you call it that, no?
We can call it Pan-African Alliance for Peace
and Better Society. Because it shows what your expectations are in the future.
Yes.
And because, Ragnar is married to a Kenyan citizen and he has children and he has every right to be part of the organization representing the organizers, and Julius as well, since you have been immersed in organizing activities in Africa for a long time. So if you two are members and plus other friends of Alexander and Alexander himself, it will look really international and Pan-African and everything. Miniver, for example, she could, It would be quite right to offer her because Miniver has been very committed for a long, long time. And since the association is Pan-African and she's well established with a charity there, she could very good will add a lot her name to the whole thing. And you can have more than you can have 10 people if you want, Alexander. You don't need to have just 7 or 8.
Actually, you can have a good number, but majorly when registering abroad, they avoid to put a bigger population.
Yeah,
because majorly when you put again a bigger population, It's like
Yeah, they all have to come and sign, and then not everybody will come, and will delay all the papers, and will be a pain in the.
So I am asking
not
you,
everybody come, it becomes trouble, yes.
I am asking you, Alexander, uh, would this be does this meet with your requirements of a legalized organization that can then open the freedom of doing the projects and all these things that you say that a legalized organization will have? You think this is a good?
Yes, it does, because
Okay,
you don't
okay.
have permission to meet, you'll have permission to fundraise, you'll have permission to recommend, you'll have permission to attend the consortium of the NGOs. Where maybe there's a project to help orphans as a humanist forum, and there are funds you are allowed to apply for. If there's money for agriculture, you are allowed to apply for, because you're talking about the humanity, you're taking the money, so you are allowed. It allows you to access a lot of stuff locally. Now, just leave alone international. It allows you to access.
Yeah.
And I think the good thing of this broad definition is that any endeavor, a human endeavor, that brings that corresponds to this direction for peace.
Also, those who are in Tanzania we can also apply a behalf. It's to help them. It goes to help them. So it helps a lot when we do that.
Yes, because the only criteria that we would measure in any applicant to this alliance is that it meets the requirement of serving peace and serving better society for all.
And
Peace and non-violence. Yeah. Non-violence as a methodology of action.
Yes, we could even have non-violence, peace and non-violence for all.
Yeah, I think that is good. What do you think?
Peace and non-violence for all.
Yeah.
Okay, so we are on our way. Pan-African Alliance for
Tell me, Alex, what about website? Could we start to work on a website also?
Once you introduce the papers, you can start your website.
Pan-African Alliance for Peace and Non-Violence for All. Oh.
Or simply Pan-African Alliance for Peace and
Non-Violence, and we finish there.
Yeah, finish there.
Yes, immediately we start.
So, Alexander, we can have the web page even before being fully legalized.
Yes, immediately we start picking the forms and stuff. We can start working on the website. There's no problem.
Yeah, because if you introduce the papers and when the register accepts the papers and checks that everything is okay, in principle you can continue developing your activities.
Yes, you can continue. Actually, what happens majorly that will really help us, it's because so far we have done few activities on ground. That will show that we are already doing something, but now we want to legalize and do things legally. And there is no problem, because most of our activities have been done in schools. They have been done in universities, where I can get what you call recommendation letters even in the morning to say they have come to our universities. What they are doing is factual. They have come to our churches or community. what they are doing is impactful, so we won't have trouble in doing that.
Yes, and that makes the folder, the file with all the applications stronger, because if you bring some letters of presentation, introduction, or guarantees of yourselves, yeah, they see that there are lots of people interested in your legalization.
Yes, and actually our activity, for example, in Kisumu with the youth, I don't know if you saw, there was an old man who was with us, and there was an old woman who was with us in that particular youth activity. They are all government officials that are invited to come and participate. So we have a recommendation from them too. One of them is a county commissioner, and the other one is a youth from the youth department, youth office department.
Very good.
I will
Ask them to write a letter and to put a signature there, because that will add weight to the application. No?
Yes, and actually the best part of it is that sometimes they want somebody from security to recommend us, and there is the one in charge of metropolitan security, in charge of Nairobi security, the capital city, is somebody that mentored me, and I've already talked to him, and he has said, yeah, he'll give us a recommendation. So we have.
You are ready to become a member of parliament. You know everyone.
So then, just to have a vote, are you happy about the last version, Pan-African Alliance for Peace and Nonviolence?
Sounds very good.
Yes.
That's a good name.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bravo, bravo.
And of course there will be rules, and you probably have to do some kind of manifesto and rules and laws and things with the application, where we can explain this better. But I think let's go for it, Alex. We will support you in this, and at least I will support you in this, and we just take the first step now. And also, what about the website? Do we have someone who can start to make the website, and what do we need for that?
Yeah, we have a young man who is doing IT. I think what we do, is just buying a domain. Buying a domain. Once we buy a domain, he can start working on it, and maybe later we can just give him something small for appreciation. He will not give us a quotation. I will talk to him. So what we do is just buy a domain, and we start building it.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
I can say for myself that I am ready to take part. We need like a group of sponsors, and I'm ready to be in a group of sponsors, that because we can spread the cost between us.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
Okay. So we are all we're there.
We're all helping. It is important.
Yeah.
And also, Julius, we need, if we go for a website, we need your help to maybe write a text to explain what this is about, what we are doing, things like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I was a little bit shocked. I thought I was handed over a task in making the website. No, okay, yes.
Actually, it will really help the person building the website.
Yeah.
It will really help the person building the website. So we need help in writing something.
Yes. I propose that regarding this definition, I think since there is no such a thing as an individual, so I would ask you, Antonio, are you willing to be a team with me on this thing of like one of the
to help you to do what?
to do the definition of this organization.
Yeah, to draft it,
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah.
because
Of
you are a
course, yeah.
lawyer and you are also
Yeah.
a longest lasting living humanist in the world.
Too long. but
No,
also we need to make everything very formal and very keep the people informed. We need to know who are the people that you have chosen to be part of the board of the direction, and yeah.
Well, and there's another point, very practical in this, is that I think we should endeavor to have. We have already from the very start decided that the Asian and the African forests are moving in a parallel fashion. So,
and a document, we have to have copy of the document since the moment that this is submitted to the office of the register of non-government organizations or whatever, or societies, companies, whatever it's called. We should have a copy of the certification, stamped, things that we can show to the people joining, and there we are with everything legalized in order and valid. No? So that gives confidence and that gives trust.
Actually, once
And if you could tell us who are the other members of the board that you are inviting.
So, yes, good. Yes. And then we should, I think we should.
Actually, when we register, then give us a certificate.
Okay, maybe we need to make a to-do list for
yes,
something like to-do list for to make an organization and to make a website.
Yeah.
We will work on that, Alex, and send to you, and you will add something into it.
Yes. And also, I want to mention one thing. I think we should invite Marco into our team of organization.
Yeah.
Oh, that would be very good.
Yeah. We have the experience of working very, very beautifully with Marco in Iceland.
Yeah,
because
he came here and we had a
yes,
meeting of 5 hours or something.
Yeah.
And now they had a very good event in Italy for the publications on non-violence. I mean,
yes.
Non-violence books or something like that. It's a fair of books.
Yes.
And over 3 days it was. And the first day they had more than 1,000 people visiting there. So
yes. So he's incredibly well connected into the European scene.
Yeah, it would be very good to have him on board.
Sure. Yeah. Yes.
But
good then. Well, Alexander, thank you for your initiative and your good advice.
I want to
and we can.
I want to add a little bit. I want to add a little bit to this meeting, if I may. Okay, we are talking.
Of course, it's your meeting. Don't be so polite.
You want to plan for all this,
Okay, now we have decided to start to get the registration, and we will work on a to-do list for that, and we will take it from there. Also about the website, but I think it would be good to talk a little bit about where we are going. Alex, like you are having forum in different places. What is the next step? Will the universities form clubs in every university? Will you have weekly meeting? How are we seeing the process of the future? Alex, how are you seeing
Alex, how are you? Actually, the better part is that the universities are taking it positively. And why I also insisted really of registration is that most universities will only work with a registered institution. And they allow us to put up labs and with the young people as long as you're legally and they are willing and they're open. That's why so far they're allowing me to work with the young people. But some of those conditions are currently we cannot do big activities so far because we are not legally registered. We can't hold activities maybe in a university right now because we are not legally registered. But once we're legally registered, all universities will put up clubs. And also aside from universities, we have colleges, we have tertiary institutions, which also have been inviting some of people in some of our forums to attend, which also we will influence and start there. Then also we have community youth who don't go to any of the universities and stuff. Also, we pull them on board. So we shall have a cluster of programs where we have university charter, we have community charter, we have maybe, for example, institutional charters. We can have different programs. I think I will structure something tonight on that. It's called programmatic, the way we can do our programs.
Yeah.
There are programs that you can join them together, and there are programs that you just have to do. This is university. This one is communal. This is maybe an East African initiative stuff. We can have all that. It will be in our constitution to allow us to work with anyone, anywhere.
Yeah.
I believe we have what so far we have is hosting of clubs, building up clubs, both in institutions and in the community. We are going to put up clubs. Then we are also targeting on putting up concerts. Maybe in every county, we shall put up concerts.
Every campus.
And when we're legally registered, we can, not even every campus. We can even do a concert. For example, we have several counties in Kenya. In each and every county, we can do a concert. With our organization, we do a concert where we can reach out to corporates, reach out to other initiatives to support the concerts. So with legalization, there are a lot of things that can start moving as possible. We can do a lot of activities, and I'm sure once they see Kenya flying, the other countries will also want to copy what we are doing. And I'm sure it's gonna be like I usually joke currently, and I say if you structure something nicely and you do it with a good plan, it becomes like corona. It becomes infectious. It moves so fast and it grows so big.
Yeah.
But if you don't have good plan, you end up having good ideas, good initiatives, but they end up stalling or end up closing without you achieving anything. So we have a lot of stuff, and the youth are really coming up with different plans. Like I'm planning to be in Mombasa because the youth already there. There are more than 100. I think of seeing photos from Mombasa, more than 100. And I think if we delay, they'll think it's just something that we meet online and stuff, and they'll start giving up. So we have a lot that is coming up.
No?
Aside from universities, also communities are planning.
Yes, actually, I want to come in here. This allows me to think that actually this groundwork, this design of a kind of a to-do list and a kind of a list of what elements will be there put in action, like that we have this overall name of the organization, but in any endeavor, we will want to have the kind of the element of internal work and that of making the society better. So in every endeavor, we want to have integrated these clubs and all these things that I was talking about, and have this organized way of actually carrying out our exercises for internal work as one part, and also the organizational plan of how we are expanding. We are growing, because Ragnar asked where are we going. Then I would say we are for sure growing for growth. We want to grow all over Africa, all over the world. So I'm saying this because this groundwork could be quite crucial for me and Antonio and possibly Marco when it comes to putting this our task of putting some charter of the organization. You get my drift. So it's even though
Yes, and actually, what I was thinking is that as we are doing the registration process and doing the website, each leader from different places will be attending weekly. That's a condition I have told them. They will attend. If you want to be part and parcel of the leadership of Humanist Forum, you must attend our weekly 1-hour meeting so that you can go through the process. You go through the exercise, you go through everything so that you can be able to know what to do. When you're leading your area, you know what to do. So I think from next week, we're going to be able to have at least either the day you choose, I will tell them, so that you can have a 1 hour, the same we used to do back then, like a 1 hour to go through the exercise. It's very important. And then maybe sometimes you can have maybe Antonio or somebody telling people about, the more they are told about the Humanist Forum, how it started and stuff, it internalizes in them. Then they work with it. So it would be so nice if we also plan something like that.
Yeah. No, I think this is shaping. We have.
It's very good, and it's Alex. What date and what day of the week and what time is the best for 1 hour weekly meeting for internal work and all that?
We can record the meetings and then you can later on reproduce them in other groups who couldn't attend.
I think we can do it Friday, but majorly, even if we record, I want sometimes if you want to be perfect, don't tell people we'll record and send. The best thing is for at least serious leaders to attend and participate.
Yeah.
Because if they participate, it means they are serious with what we are doing. Yeah. So to me, I those I've talked to and those I've asked to take leadership, I've told them it's a must to attend. And maybe if somebody has an abrupt something that has come up and it's serious, maybe a class has come up at that particular time or something, that person communicates early so that we know he will not be able to attend a particular meeting. Because if you make it optional, there are people who will not take serious what we are doing. But if somebody wants to be part and parcel of us and a leader, I believe this should not be optional. This should be something that is mandatory to participate so that they can learn from the team there. They can learn from all of you. Yeah, so I've already shared with some that I want to take lead. And I've told them this is not optional. If you want to be a leader, you must attend this particular meeting.
Yeah. So this actually this coincides very much with the definition we had for the when we were inviting earlier to the inner work meetings, because then in the slot of for whom, then Ragnar had said, for those who wants to be serious. And one very interesting thing is that in Mombasa, in the very lively group there, WhatsApp group, they took some. They were suddenly all of them started to say to each other, "We need to be serious. We need to be. This is serious, It's not a flippant thing, So it's like the wisdom is there. the wisdom is there.
So we are talking about to have this meeting
On Fridays.
on Fridays, 5 p.m. Kenya, and then we have the master meeting on Thursday.
And then
Yes, that's
yes,
yeah.
That is okay. Let's go for that. One more thing I
Yeah.
wanted to talk about was if we will make some materials there. If it's good to print a book of Silo's message, so it's possible to have it or any other book. But Antonio, what do you think is most important? Is that Silo message or?
Yeah, I think that's very important because that is the first book that was written by Silo that contains the fundamental aspects of the message that later on, over the years, it expanded into several volumes of works. But it's there, and also there is a direction of techniques of personal work, like, for example, the work with the principles of valid action, to avoid incoherence and contradiction and try to unify your thinking, your feeling, and your acting in one unique direction. That gives internal unity and helps a person to gradually overcome his internal pain and suffering. And also the work with the force. Remember that we are biological entities and we work with energy. And the force is what we call the vital energy that moves the body, the heart, and the mind, depending how at what level it operates. That energy we get through our food, solid and liquid, and we get through our impressions, that the visual that we get through the senses. A beautiful day and a happy landscape, it makes you very happy, and you feel the impact within yourself. And that beauty that comes through your senses, even your memories, you remember a good experience, all that transforms your energy internally and makes it like music. It gives you a higher octave of vibration. And the same thing happens with air. We are breathing all the time, talking, breathing, woo, 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 gases. Those are coming from the atmosphere in general, oxygen and many other components in those gases. All these sources of food of different type interact with one another and generate that base of energy that feeds each one of our cells in the body. If we learn how to concentrate at that energy and how to move that energy within our psyche, we can transform ourselves. That is the key of evolution, of transformation, not mechanical evolution. It's not the evolution that takes thousands of times until we generate a species. It's an evolution in your level of consciousness. You become more aware of things, more alert. Levels of consciousness, when you go to sleep at night, you don't remember anything. Your level of consciousness is very low, and all the energy concentrates in the internal functions of the body. Metabolism, and then the blood is circulating, toxins are being eliminated, the muscles are resting. Everything is at the level of the intra-body, internal body. Then when you have rested enough, then you start to move and you start to wake up. You open one eye, you open another eye. You hear the bells of the church that are ding, dong, ding. Suddenly you start to connect with the world. But still you're half asleep. You are not completely asleep. Now you become aware. You can move and all that. You don't move very smartly. You move like that. And then you have your first coffee of the day. And then you start to wake up gradually. And you come to the level of vigil, the level that I assume that we are now. When you develop your intellectual functions, when you develop ideas, concepts, when you work with machines in your industry, when you teach in the school children, if you are into sport, when you can play like a pro, well, all these type of things require to be in the higher level of consciousness that normally we have access. But there are other levels above that. That's the thing that we say. And if we are training ourselves, we can reach those levels. In those levels, you have incredible experiences of happiness, incredible ideas of understanding of everything in the universe, a joy that is difficult to explain. Sometimes you know even what the others are thinking and they haven't told you. Well, you develop lots of potentials and possibilities that most people do not have. And we can train ourselves to reach there. That's why we say that we are semi-divine creatures, because we have a God within ourselves, but we never connect with it. And we never develop the potentials that are required to do that. But the possibility is there. We have the mechanisms. And that is what we are telling that we want to explore and to develop and to teach our friends. It's great, because it opens up a road of evolution, of transformation without limit.
Yes, and
by the time you die, you go straight to heaven. No stop anywhere else. Direct flight.
yes, and also the scope of this ideology and methodology is that this potential is there in every single human being.
That's right. That's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, and then Silo adds, like the book Letters to My Friends, he is talking about social issues.
Exactly.
And the future of the world. And by the end, he starts to say, well, of course we don't know what happens. It can go or one way or another way, and we might succeed or we might not succeed. On the other hand, he said, if things go more or less the way we humans are wanted to go, then he said something like reflectively in an introduction of this book. Then he says something like reflectively. I am putting the wording a little bit, but essentially said, but one wonders when the human being will acquire the maturity to understand that there will be no development if it does not come from all and to be in the benefit of all. So this is all this is answering what Ragnar was saying. Where are we going? This is trying to see actually where we are going. And I want to finish this inspiration by remembering also that at one time Silo was talking about, well, those things of the future and all that. And then he ended by saying, well, we are going far, but it means correspondingly that if we are aiming far, the initial aim needs to be very accurate. We have to have the initial step very accurate, because in the long distance, like if we were aiming to go to the moon, even the slightest error in the initial aim will mean that in the long distance, it will go somewhere
in another planet.
So I must say that this meeting of ours is very much has the quality, I think, of we are trying to think far, think big, but we are trying to see, so what should be, like Ragnar would say, what should be the to-do list? So everything will actually happen, but not only like a pie in the sky.
But yeah, we need a calendar of activities for the things that we have discussed. Well, now I will have to leave you because I have another call. And
we
but
will,
we'll take it from there. You just tell me when is the next meeting. If I don't have any other previous commitment, I'll be happy to attend.
very
Alexander, thank you very much to see you, your advice, and it's all good. And your hands now, you have to get it done.
I will share this meeting one-on-one to all of us, the record.
Yeah, great. Perfect. Perfect.
And now it's
All the
when
best.
you guys want
Yes.
me to start the process,
sorry,
Yeah,
Alex.
Alexander,
when you want me to start the process, just tell me.
I don't
You're
hear.
saying,
You are muted now.
Alex,
Yeah, your
I'm
microphone.
saying when you want us to start the process, you can just tell me so that we can start the process.
I want you to start the process right now. And we will start to make to-do list, what we have to do
Yeah.
between us.
But then we were planning, me and Ragnar, that in 2 weeks' time we will put in action this rhythm of the internal work meetings.
And for the payments that Alexander needs, I mean, when will be that? It's easy to send money to Kenya?
Yeah, it's very easy.
Yeah. So then we can discuss between us since we are going to help.
No problem. Thank you so much,
Okay.
Antonio.
Big hugs. Cheers.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Thank you all. Peace, force, and joy.
Yeah, if there is anything
Thank you, peace,
else,
force, and joy to you all.
if there is anything else, is there? Okay. Já,
Okay.
allir bara hérna.
We remain